Men's basketball took on number 18 ranked St. Louis on Tuesday. The Rams handed the Billikens their first conference loss of the season behind a school record tying 9 Jonah Hinton three-pointers in an 81-76 win. It's the program's first home victory over a ranked opponent since 2014. From a Greeked out, pinked out, packed out Ryan Center, our own Owen Descharnay has the story from the upset win. Women's basketball extended its program record winning streak to 15 games on Sunday in a blowout win over St. Louis, beating the Billikens 74-43 with 4 scorers in double digits. Owen Descharnay has the story from the Ryan Center. Charlie Adams alongside Coach Mitch Carricker ahead of tonight's game at Wareham. Coach, a blowout loss to Katuitt, then a blowout win over Bourne yesterday, a 1-run loss to Chatham. How do you find some consistency in this team to finish off the regular season?
Yeah, I mean, I think the last 2 games we've had a little bit of consistency. Obviously, the blowout was, a little bit more consistent, but I think yesterday our defensive effort was good. Tommy, I thought, threw the ball good other than the 1 inning, and bullpen did a nice job keeping it where we could. And, in the 9th, we had a chance to win it. And so I think just building on the positives is going to be important. Just trust our guys. They've done a really good job in pregame the last few days and feel like they're in a really good spot.
And Gabe Camacho's on a 6-game hit streak. He's back in the lineup tonight. He's moved down in the order during the hit streak. Do you want some more production out of the bottom half of your order, and that's why Camacho made the move?
Yeah, I mean, I think I look at who's going to play that day and try to match up, what's going to give us the most length out of our lineup instead of being so top heavy or bottom heavy. And so I think having Gabe where he's at tonight kind of gives us that length a little bit, and hopefully we can score runs a little bit more consistently throughout the game instead of kind of these ebbs and flows. We want to try to score as many runs as we can, and we felt like today that was our best lineup.
And Eddie Copper gets the ball today. He's been with the Harbor Hawks the whole season. He even started his season right here on Spillane Field on opening day, closed out that game. How have you seen him improve this season, and what are you looking out of him for tonight?
Yeah, he's done a really good job. I think he's added a pitch that's really helped him. And the big thing with Eddie is he throws strikes, which is good, and letting our defense work behind him will be important. This is a good hitting team in Wareham, and for him, it's going to be able to get strike one and then execute pitches when he gets ahead is going to be important. And we need to play good defense behind him.
All right, thank you for your time, Coach.
Thank you.
Back to you guys. Charlie Adams alongside Chris Rember, and yesterday didn't go the Harbor Hawks way versus Wareham, but at the plate it was going your way, Chris. 4 for 4, a home run, double, 2 singles, and a walk. Picked up 3 RBIs on 1 big swing in the first inning. How was it getting your first home run on the Cape and putting the Hawks ahead early?
It was awesome. I'm just glad to jump on them early and put some runs on the board for their pitcher.
And you're coming from Auburn. Is it a bit different feeling, hit a home run here on the Cape?
Yeah, it is. You don't have the crowd going crazy. Yeah, that's probably the biggest difference, honestly. And the wood bat, too.
Mm-hmm. And, you got a home run, then you got a double. Did you start thinking cycle watch at that point? You picked up the single even. You have the speed for the triple. Did you ever cross your mind?
Yeah, it did. I'm not going to lie. I heard everybody talk about it in the dugout, but I knew I wasn't going to get it, so just kept on hitting,
And it came with you moving up in the order. You batted 4th for the first time this season. Did that kind of help you out there, getting the cleanup spot and being able to deliver?
Not really. It was nice to just be able to hit in the first inning, though. That's what I'm used to in college ball.
And we know you're heading to Team USA, North Carolina soon. What is this time before heading for Team USA? What are you trying to accomplish during this time on the Cape?
I'm just trying to see pitching, get some at-bats in, have some quality at-bats, and just get prepared for the guys there.
All right, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Sal offense out of the timeout, driving in, and there goes the no field goals as it's a layup make for Josiah Harris. Been able to work through on the hop step there once again. Now Hinton passing to Corey in the corner. Back out to Hinton. 15 on the shot clock with 8 minutes to go in the second half. Cochran driving in. Bailing out to Corey. Now Hinton stepping back. Shot clock winding down. Cochran no good. Long on the 3. Rebounded Hinton. And now we'll get a whistle.
Rams ball movement has gone up a tick. At least it did on that last possession. They got an open look for Cochran, who ultimately couldn't connect. Hinton kept it alive, and then foul on the floor against the Explorers. It's their 6th team foul, so Rhode Island just 1 away from the bonus.
How's Corey? Gets Hinton in the corner from the inbound, and Now 15 seconds on the shot clock with the Hinton offensive rebound resetting things. Cochran pivots at the logo. Now the pull-up three for Jameer Tripp. He knew it was off, crashing for the rebound. It's taken away by Ashton Walker.
Shots that were falling in that first half have just stopped doing so in the second.
Josiah Harris passed over to Jaden Johnson. Corey, aggressive defense. He'll be called for the foul. Luckily, Rhode Island has been a little bit better in the second half in foul trouble, and Corey himself has been all right today. That's just his second.
All right is probably the correct word to use there, as we just see how many players on this Rams team have 3 fouls. There's 4 of them.
And all of them really the guys you think about when you're looking for height on this Rhode Island roster.
Those are the 4 tallest rotation players on the roster.
Back underway with Jaden Johnson up top. Tijere switches onto him. The pass to the corner for Walker. Walker hounded by Cochran, and we'll get a whistle here. Cochran does not like the call, neither does the crowd.
It'll be a second personal foul, and a positive that we had given the Rams just a couple seconds ago about avoiding foul trouble has very quickly come back to bite them. Cochran, a little bit of contact. He didn't agree with the call.
Right back into action. Underneath, Dockery can't get it to go. A little bit too far underneath the basket on that put up. And now Rhode Island with Jameer Tripp working from the wing. He loses possession. Trying to get it back on the other end. Defending on Walker. Pinned off the backboard, still in. Jonah Hinton tried for the chase down off the glass. Still drops through. Ashton Walker led the way all the way down the court through Jameer Tripp's contact and finishing the bucket. Rhode Island back on a scoring drought.
They're now facing the largest deficit they've had all evening.
Corey trying to claw back from distance. He'll get it to go.
He's the first Ram in double figures. He's got 10 points, leads the team.
It's a bit daunting at this point in the game for Corey to be the first. There's spread out scoring for Rhode Island.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. You have to wonder if this is too little too late. The Rams had some momentum going. They were clawing back, and then suddenly LaSalle was back out in front by double figures, and they're working their way to the stripe once again.
It's another foul. This time it's Jameer Tripp, his 4th foul of the game. Alex Crawford is ready to check in for Rhode Island. Don't be surprised if it's for Jameer Tripp.
Those two have just been pinballing back and forth from the bench to the floor as each one enters into further and further foul trouble.
2 shots. First one good for Dockery, and Tripp exits stage right.
Explorers, by the way, now 17 for 21 from the free throw line.
Just 4 misses, all in the first half. Dockery, perfect here.
They've gotten their free throw opportunities, and they have absolutely capitalized on them.
It's really been the difference maker here tonight. And now Cochran directing traffic. Time winding out in the second half for Rhode Island to stage the comeback. And again, Cochran kicking out from the paint. Now Crawford drives in. He's swatted away. Edwin Daniel has been a force on both sides of the ball in the paint.
Rams just have no space to go anywhere. It feels like even when they create some space, there's another defender waiting. Crawford steps past 2 players, and then there's Daniel waiting for him right near the basket.
10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Inbounded to Tijere at the elbow. Going up, contact. He'll get 2 shots. Gabe Camacho will lead off the top of the second for the Harbor Hawks. Still working on the mound is Baisley. And the first pitch fouled off into the netting. That's right around where the cage would have been.
Yeah, a little bit higher than that, but same area. And man, this field just looks so much better, so much more professional. So hats off to Wareham and all of the people involved in that.
Another foul ball sends Camacho down 0-2.
You can keep that foul ball, courtesy of attorney Glenn Hannington.
Good attendance here for Shark Night. Fans in left field with the football bleachers, fans right behind us, and all around Spillane Field taking in the action. The top in the West, Gateman, as a low pitch gets the count to 1-2 on Camacho.
Yeah, the big bleachers on the football field out in left field kind of give the impression that it's not as packed as it is sometimes. Kind of does a disservice a little bit to this fan base.
Counts evened up now 2-2. Then you have fields like Orleans, Eldridge Park, where the hill, just people on people when you look at that. Completely different atmospheres across the Cape League. As the 2-2 pitch from Baisley. Grounded towards second base. Randall fields it, throws onto first, and a first out on the 4-3 ground out brings up Charlie Bates.
Now batting the shortstop, number 17.
Good job to get Camacho to roll over there. Easy play for Randall. A couple steps over. Just as fundamental as it gets.
So ahead of today, Wareham released outfielders Easton Brayfogle, Colin Ritchie, and a CCBL All-Star, Tate McGuire. And they added one man, Jack Kale, who's not in the lineup today, from Columbia.
Yeah, they got a good one, Jack Hale. So first team All-Ivy this season. That's the kind of talent you love to get in late July if you can pick it up after leaving the Coastal Plains League.
And after taking a first pitch ball, Bates fouls off the next pitch he sees. Counts even 1-1.
Something we talked about on Parking Lot Preview today was the Harbor Hawks almost had an advantage losing a lot of players so early in the season.
You could make a case for it. You see these teams ready to make a playoff push, and then you get to the postseason, it's not even the same team sometimes.
Because you get a chance to gel with your guys earlier in the season, and also they really got their the best options really from these other leagues.
It's 2-1 on Charlie Bates, and he'll take outside once again. Now 3-1. Charlie Bates, after a dreadful start to his Cape seasons, really turned things around, and he's in control at the plate now, 3-1. 3-1 pitch. Evens the count, 3-2. Bates slowly went to toss his bat, but Jim Fonseca brings him back for a full count, the first of the game against the Harbor Hawks. Payoff pitch coming with one away in the top of the second. Foul it off, and we'll do it again.
And with Bates, you can tell the confidence, right? He's got a presence in the box that he didn't at one point in the season. It was affecting his fielding. It was affecting his base running. He was pressing, and it seemed like. And, you know, it's just so much, everything's so much smoother and more put together.
And the 3-2 pitch outside, so Charlie Bates eventually will get his walk and head on to first base runner of the inning for the Harbor Hawks as Miles Davis steps into the batter's box.
And just to finish the point on Bates, at times it almost felt like he was too selective at that point. He was taking too many pitches, trying to get on base. Now he's being, you know, aggressive, a little bit more aggressive, looking to go up there and hit.
The players love him too.
Out. Yeah.
Nicknamed Chucky Barrels, Cheryl's for short. How about that? As Davis ducks out of the way of the first pitch inside on him. He's ahead now 1-0.
This is a guy looking to get going a little bit since joining the Harbor Hawks. Davis hasn't had the season he's dreamed of.
And taking off, Charlie Bates heads to second base, but Rogers on the money throws him out. And another caught stealing for the Harbor Hawks.